We have made it to the first offseason here in Akron Summits Franchise. Only took till February, I know. Shout out to the SFL series for taking up all my time. We did not make the playoffs, as I'm sure most of you guys know, with a 9-8 record. And we will be going into free agency with $27.6 million in cap. Not as much as I had hoped for or anticipated. Definitely trying to make a splash or two in free agency to help this team get into the playoffs next season. Playoff picture is as follows. Again, as I mentioned, we are not in it, but still want to see who was able to make it. So on the NFC side, we got the San Francisco 49ers as the 1 seed, Dallas Cowboys at the 2 seed, taking on the New Orleans Saints, who are the 7. Little NFC North Division matchup, the Minnesota Vikings as the 3, taking on the Packers at 6, and then the 4 seed Buccaneers taking on the 5 seed Philadelphia Eagles. Over on the AFC, we got the Buffalo Bills as the number 1 seed, 2 seed Cincinnati Bengals taking on our division rival Kansas City Chiefs, who just barely snuck into the playoffs as a 7 seed. That's kind of weird to say, I know, but that's how things shaped out or shook up here in this made-up Madden Simverse of Akron Summits Franchise. We got the 3 seed, also our division rival LA Chargers taking on the 6 seed Dolphins, and then finally the 4 seed Houston Texans, another interdivision matchup there with the AFC South taking on the 5 seed Indianapolis Colts. So in today's episode, guys, we will sim through the playoffs and see who emerges as the Super Bowl champion here in year number 1 of the franchise. We'll also check the final stats of all the Akron Summits players and see how everyone did, thinking that we might have the offensive rookie of the year on this team. Not sure, but if I had to bet my hard-earned money, I would say Brock Bowers is going to get it. Fuck yeah! And then we look to sculpt this team into a contender via free agency and the draft, hoping to come away with some difference maker type of players. We got a lot to get into today. Cue the intro, man. And Davante Adams says he did not get the touches that we promised him, even though Davante had a very good season. You will see in the stats, he wanted the rush yards and the handoffs, but I see he threw a little LOL in there, so I guess Davante is going to be a good sport about it. But he did lose 20 to his morale, which kind of sucks. Davante had a great season, okay? Just because we didn't get him the ball in rushing formations, those scenarios are kind of dumb here in Madden, I'll be honest. But let's see, Ryan Clark was talking about our passing attack, and he mentioned that at the start of the year, he predicted we'd have 4,000 passing yards, and we did that with Gardner Minshew. We shut all the experts up, we met the goal, and that helped our passing attack immensely. So that will earn the entire offense 2,500 XP for proving that the offense is not your weakness. I knew that the offense wouldn't be our weakness because it's Madden. The offense is pretty easy, but defense, definitely kind of let us down this season. And then first round pick expectations. If you've been following this series, you should know who our projected first round pick is going to be. And Ryan Clark was talking about rookie expectations for Brock Bowers. Oh wait, this might be a different scenario. He was that's right. We promised Brock Bowers that he would get, I think, 70 catches at the beginning of the season, and we did that even though Brock did miss time, and he is going to gain 12,000 XP. He was already our best offensive weapon, and now he is going to be even better. But speaking of first round picks, we actually have the quarterback that I have been talking about all season, currently mocked to go to us at pick 17. Now, you can never fully trust the mock draft. Quarterback Devin Scott is projected to go in front of Saunders. I think Saunders is much better than Scott, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. Maybe even trade up with the Seahawks, to 14 just to ensure that they don't take Saunders. And then there's also the other QB, Glenn Fox, is projected to go the first quarterback off the board to the Giants. So if the mock draft holds true, we're going to get the exact player that I want to get in the first round. But you guys know the old saying, man. They say go out there and get your guys. If you got a guy that you got your eyes on and that you trust and that you're in love with, pause, go get him. Okay, so we'll see how that shakes up. But take a look at the team here. Gardner Minshew, 4,636 yards, a really good season, 37 touchdowns and 19 interceptions. So he did not disappoint. He's still not going to be our franchise QB, but I'm more than happy with his projection in this season. Rushing attack, we didn't really have one. I mean, all three of our running backs just barely got over 1,000 yards on the season. Now, in their defense, their yards per carry average isn't terrible. I guess we were just more of a passing team, but I'm just not really super impressed with, and Madison had 3 fumbles, by the way. That's not going to cut it, but not really super impressed with our rushing attack. Receiving game, though, a whole different story. We did have 2 receivers finish over 1,000 yards. Brock Bowers with 1,239, breaking his rookie record that he set in real life. Also, 7 touchdowns for the rookie out of Georgia. And Davante Adams, who is upset with his production, had 69 catches, 1,144 yards, and 16 touchdowns. And he's unhappy about that? I mean, come on now, Tay.
Huh?
Jacoby Myers almost had 1,000 yards too. 964 to be exact, 10 touchdowns. So really, we're set at receiver. I mean, unless we just see somebody like fall to us naturally in the draft, we're set at receiver. Even Trey Tucker, 557 and 5 touchdowns. We got a pretty solid group here. So I'm very, very happy with the production. I cannot say production. See, I can't even say it now. Production. I keep wanting to say projection, and I'm trying to say production. So anyways, I'm happy with the production of our wide receivers. Not really happy with anything on the defense, save for the season of Divine Diablo. So Marcus Epps does lead us in tackles. Divine Diablo had 90, though. Merrick, 82. Spillane, 80. Nate Hobbs, 75. TFLs, we actually had a lot of those. Max Crosby had 19. Divine Diablo and Tyree Wilson with 18. I did not think that these 2 chaps right here were going to be 2 of our biggest defensive threats, but they were. Corner Nate Hobbs had 8 TFLs. Christian Wilkins from his D-tackle spot had 7. So we had no problem getting in the backfield to stop the run. Sacks were okay. Our leader was Tyree Wilson. So, I mean, 18 TFLs, 8.5 sacks. That's a great season from somebody that I did not think would really be a difference maker. Max Crosby ended with 5, so that's actually good. He had like none through the first 6 or 7 weeks, so I'm happy about that. Adam Butler had 3, Divine Diablo 2.5, Wilkins had 2, Isaiah Palomau had 2, and then some other guys there. But this is where it just gets absolutely atrocious. We only had 4 interceptions on the season. That has got to be close to a record, I would think. I don't know. But it was terrible. We have got to get our secondary more involved next season. And then Divine Diablo had 2 forced fumbles. Trayvon Merrick had 1. And Ellerson Smith also had 1 as well. And shout out to our man Brock Bowers, who does come away with the Offensive Rookie of the Year. I was pretty confident that he was. And sure enough, he did. And that should bump him up to Superstar X Factor development, I would think. He's already at Superstar. And bringing home that Opoi, that Offensive Rookie of the Year, should get him up to X Factor as we get ready to sim through the playoffs here. One final look at our team. Definitely got to get stronger on the right side of the offensive line. Cody Whitehair and DJ Glaze really are not going to cut it. Left side is okay. As I said, receiver, we're fine, really. Running back, we're not fine, but that's not going to be one of my big focuses unless there's somebody sitting in free agency. I may target that. Hopefully the QB Kevin Saunders is going to be in this spot next season. Got to get a fullback, but whatever, it's a fullback. But really got to make some noise and shake things up defensively. Got to come away with some linebackers. Divine Diablo's fine, but even though he had a great season, will he duplicate that this season? I don't know. Got to get a second D tackle. Really, we should, if we're looking at just the overalls, we should get another lineman to play opposite side of Max Crosby, but Tyree Wilson was like our best player. So I don't know. Xavier Howard, he's about to be gone. I'm not re-signing him.
What?
So we'll probably have to get a corner. And then really, I mean, should probably think about getting a free safety as well. So a lot of holes on this team, and hopefully we can plug some of them up here in this offseason. Super Bowl is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. Wow. Eagles I'm not surprised about, but the Dolphins I most certainly am. And it looks like the Dolphins had a fairly tough road to the playoffs, but they were able to take care of business. They demolished the Chargers, demolished the Bills as well. That is crazy because the Bills always simulate really, really well here in Madden 25. And then they had a shootout against the Houston Texans. And it looks like in the NFC Championship, my very own Green Bay Packers made it all the way there. And just like in real life, they lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. It wasn't in the NFC Championship in real life, of course, but they still lost to them nonetheless. So we got 5 seed Eagles and the 6 seed Miami Dolphins. That is kind of crazy. Never really see the Dolphins there. And we'll get a quick look and see if anybody upped their dev traits here. I know, okay, Brock Bowers is a superstar. I thought that he was going to be an X Factor, but I guess I'm okay with that. Nobody else on the offense. Oh, actually, no. I take that back. Gardner Minshew went up to star. Well, Gardner, that's awesome for you, but you're hopefully not going to be playing. I mean, really, a 77 overall up to star dev for Minshew. He might be a potential trade target. You know, there could be some QB hungry teams that need a quarterback out there, and maybe Minshew is worth something now. I don't know. And Tyree Wilson goes up to star. That was much deserved. And also Nate Hobbs goes up to superstar. Tommy Eichenberg still not revealed, but he's going to be star. But I'm very happy to see that Tyree Wilson got an upgrade. I don't really know why Nate Hobbs got it because he didn't really do anything this season, but I mean, hey, I'm not going to turn down a dev up to a superstar from a player. That is for sure. Philadelphia Eagles demolished the Miami Dolphins 40-14. So just like in real life, Philly is the Super Bowl champion here in the first year of the franchise. QB Jalen Hurts does get the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes gets the NFL MVP and also the Offensive Player of the Year. And Sean McDermott of the Bills was the Coach of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year was Khalil Mack on the Chargers. Okay, so shout out to a fellow member in our division at least taking home the gold there, or the silver, or whatever material that trophy's made of. I have no idea.
Okay.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, though, J.J. McCarthy. Very interesting. And Edgerrin Cooper on the Packers was the Defensive Rookie of the Year. And if you watched him in real life, mark my words, he is going to be a dog. So happy to see that. And take a look at the mock draft. See if Kevin Saunders is still mocked to us. He should be. He's been there pretty much all year. Actually, no. He's now mocked to the Seahawks because, okay, yeah, because now that the season is over, the Super Bowl, like the playoff, results affected the draft order. So now Kevin Saunders is mocked to go to the Seahawks. He is still mocked to be the 3rd QB off the board, but we are definitely going to have to be doing some wheeling and dealing. May even look to get up to that 13th spot with the Rams just to ensure that he is not taken. And I do see that he is a true round 1 talent, so I was hoping for a top 5, but I'll still take that. Devin Scott's a round 1 to 2, and also Glenn Fox is a round 1 to 2. So my theory pretty much all season was correct that Kevin Saunders is probably going to be the best QB in the draft. George Brackett, 19th, mocked to the Saints, is around 2 to 3 talent. So we definitely got to make sure that we can go up there and grab Saunders before the Seahawks do. DJ Smallz says, hey, everybody. He is a man of few words. Coach, let's talk about the next few months. What is your plan for the upcoming offseason? Get better? Is that an option? Make a splash and upgrade the roster. Make sure we win the draft. Yeah, make a splash and upgrade the roster for sure. We got some positions that we definitely need to get better at. Any specific position or just the overall talent? I mean, just the overall talent, really. I'm kind of looking at BPA. Like, if the best player available matches something that we need, if there's a superstar or an X Factor player on there, especially in defense, I would say, I'm probably going to spend the ducats and try to bring somebody in. And we actually do got $61.9 million in cap, which makes me feel a lot better. That should mean that we should be able to pay somebody a huge bag to come in here and be a key member of this Akron Summits squad. I do not think, though, that I'm going to negotiate well, that's not true. We should bring back Kareem Hunt, although he is down to normal dev now. I don't really like to see that. Besides him, I mean, there's nobody else really that we need to worry about. I like going into free agency with $62 million. And really, we could just kind of ride with Alexander Madison. He's probably better than Kareem Hunt now. So honestly, I'm just going to withdraw that offer. I really don't care. I might consider bringing Xavier Howard back just because we have two pretty good corners. I would like to have three, and then we can still look to be aggressive and target somebody. He has a semi-decent interest in being here. His expected value is 1 year, $6.49 million. So we'll probably have to overpay a little bit for Xavier Howard. I mean, I'm fine with that as long as we go into free agency with about $60 million. So a 4-4, 2 year, $16 million deal, he is happy to sign. And aside from that, everybody else can go. And hopefully we can look to bring in some studs in free agency. Actually, both of our running backs do need brought back in. I did not even see Madison. And honestly, Kareem Hunt might have been the better choice because he would have been a lot cheaper. Definitely not going to franchise tag Hunt now. I should have looked at that. Yeah, man, Madison's going to be lightweight expensive. And I should have brought back Hunt. You know what? I can go get Hunt in free agency. I'm sure nobody will be targeting him. I'm not going to pay that much for Madison. Or maybe there's somebody even better than Hunt, but I'm confident that we'll be able to find somebody to be our RB number 1 in free agency. Looks like we got some pretty good players here in free agency. Justin Simmons is here. We do need a free safety. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. We definitely need a linebacker. Don't need center. Don't need receiver. Jerome Baker. I said I wanted to make one big splash in free agency at least, and I would love to bring in JOK, but he doesn't really want to be here. Justin Simmons does, however, slightly want to be here, and we have Marcus Epps right now as our free safety. Not very good, and I would love to have Justin Simmons on this team. So his expected value is 2 years, $20.6 million, and with this cap room that we have, we can definitely bring him in. He is 31, but he's still got some really good years left in the tank, and I am going to be aggressive and try to bring in Justin Simmons here. I'm definitely going to overpay a little bit because sure, he's got some other teams interested in him, but we'll go ahead and make that offer, and it's pretty strong, I would say. How many teams does Justin have? He has 6 teams interested in him. Right now, we are leading the pack, though, above the Rams and the Jets, the Broncos, and the Colts. Now, JOK, what would it take to bring him in as well? That would diminish most of our cap. He doesn't want to be here. I mean, I'm definitely going to be trying to get a linebacker in the draft, so may just have to wait on JOK. We do need a halfback for sure, and Jaylen Warren, not interested. Aaron Jones, not interested. Elijah Mitchell might be nice. He wants to be here, too. Khalil Herbert, we could always go back to Kareem Hunt if needed. He is here, and he definitely wants to be here. But maybe we take a shot on Elijah Mitchell. He's got 2 teams interested in him. He shouldn't be tremendously expensive to bring in. He's a good player, too, 27 years old. He likes our scheme fit, the West Coast zone run. Let's try to bring in Elijah Mitchell. Right now, we do not have a running back at all. And just to be safe, I'll probably try to overpay a little bit. But I think 3 years, $20.1 million. Feel confident that we should be able to bring in Elijah. I mean, honestly, we can probably even lower that a little bit because we're completely outbidding the Bengals and the Ravens. So, we could, you know what? I think I'm going to retract that offer and probably resubmit it. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and withdraw that offer. And I don't need to really pay that much probably. So let's do something a little bit cheaper here. Say 3 years. What did I do last time? 20.1. Let's do 3 years, 18.3, just to save up a little bit on that cap space. And that still has us way ahead of the race for Elijah Mitchell. Definitely need a right tackle. Rob Havenstein, he's going to be expensive. That will, we definitely could still afford it. Rob Havenstein would be a good option. Also, Mekhi Becton is here as well. Either one of those would probably be good. I'm probably going to give an offer to Mekhi Becton. He is a little bit younger, and even though I think he's a little overrated in this game, he's playing okay. He didn't play good with the Jets for sure, but I feel like he does develop pretty well here in Madden. He does not want to be here, though, so we're definitely going to have to overpay. I think I saw that he had 2 teams interested in him, I believe. But probably be aggressive and try to bring in Mekhi Becton as well. Then I would say probably just one more defensive tackle. That should probably take up most of our cap now, assuming that these guys even sign with us. What would it take to bring in Poona Ford? That would take our remaining cap down to 5.8. I'd like to have a little bit more to work with besides that. Maybe Maurice Hurst. I mean, we got our defensive tackle number 1 already locked up. So we do run a 4-3. So we want to have 2 defensive tackles. Maybe DJ Jones. He's here. He's 30, kind of older. Maurice Hurst, maybe he's a good option. Yeah, that would be a pretty safe option. He wants to be here as well. We'll give him, not a super crazy contract, 1 year, $6.5 million, and just to kind of shore up that defensive line a bit. And right now we are targeting some pretty good free agents, I think, and I'm hoping that we can get them all. We got Justin Simmons. We're in the lead for him. Elijah Mitchell, we're far ahead in the lead for him. Mekhi Becton, we are outbidding the Rams and the Jets, just like for Justin Simmons. And then Maurice Hurst, we're the only team offering on him currently. So we'll go ahead and submit the eval and see if any of these players sign. Well, we did get Elijah Mitchell. That makes me happy. We got a running back now, and we also got Maurice Hurst, but we did not get Justin Simmons. He decided to go with the Rams. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me, Justin? And then it looks like Mekhi Becton also signed somewhere as well. Where did Mekhi Becton? He also went to the Rams. Why are the Rams messing up all of my plans here? I really, really wanted to get Justin Simmons, man, and he's gone. Stephon Gilmore wouldn't be a terrible option. We don't really need cornerback so much. I mean, we kind of do, but Stephon Gilmore's kind of old.
Come on, man.
Oh, I can't believe that Justin Simmons, we were really far ahead for him, and he decided to go to the Rams. That absolutely sucks, man. Let's look at the linebackers. Who's still available? Nobody really good here on the left side. We got Tommy Eichenberg, but I mean, he's not really, that great. Shaq Barrett is okay, but he's old. Oh man, I cannot believe that happened. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Who's still here as far as the tackles go? Morgan Moses. We definitely need some offensive linemen for sure. Brandon Scherf. Maybe, what would it take to bring in Stephon Gilmore? I know corner's not our number 1 need, but Jack Jones is down to normal dev. We got Xavier Howard, and then we got Nate Hobbs. But I do want to have 3 really good corners, and Stephon Gilmore does kind of want to be here as well. So I mean, we'll shoot him a 1 year, $8 million deal. If he signs, he signs. I mean, the Packers are in the lead for him right now, and we gotta still get offensive lineman, a right tackle, or a right guard. And Morgan Moses might not be a terrible option, but he's 34. He's still really good. Maybe Spencer Brown. We'll throw an offer at Spencer Brown. He might not be too hard to get. He doesn't want to be here though, which is the only thing that kind of stinks. That's the thing. Unless you got like all your little staff tree things maxed out, you really gotta break the bank and try to pay players, because for whatever reason, it might say they're interested in you, but they will decide to go elsewhere. So I'll see if we can at least get these 2 guys. Xavier Woods might not be too bad either. He's definitely better than Marcus Epps, and he doesn't want to be here, but there's not really any teams, really interested in him. So yeah, I mean, why not? We want to get better on defense. We'll give him a 2 year. I feel like we even got to raise it up a little bit. 2 year, $13 million deal. That would be pretty good, and that would definitely be an improvement in our free safety room. So we're targeting Stephon Gilmore, we're targeting Xavier Woods, and we're targeting Spencer Brown. Can we bring any of these guys in? That is the question. And did any of them sign? Xavier Woods signed. Okay. And Spencer Brown also signed as well. But Stephon Gilmore, I was going to say, if he went to the Rams, man, I would absolutely flip. He did not. He went to the Packers. But, we still got some decent players here in free agency. Not really the super big splash that I wanted. We'll see if there's any other. Let's see. We still got some cap, 13.7. So it's not like we're broke. And is there any other position that we should target here, since I did not get my heavy hitters that I wanted to? Halfback will be good. Right guard, there's somebody in the draft that I believe that we'll get that's going to be amazing. So that should be good. Right tackle should be a little bit better now. Fullback, who cares? Halfback, we got Elijah Mitchell. Linebackers, yeah, it's not great. I guess we should. Did we sign Mo Hurst? So D tackle should be a little bit better. Corner's okay. Free safety's going to be better. And maybe we'll check linebacker. but I don't think so because I got my eyes on some other guys in the draft. And you know what? I went ahead and brought back Kareem Hunt. You got to have two good running backs. Not saying Kareem Hunt is good in his age 30 year, but he was serviceable for us last year. So I'm happy with, I wouldn't say happy, I'm content with the running back room made up of Elijah Mitchell and Kareem Hunt. I think that's going to just about do it, though, for free agency. We want to make sure we, have some cap space to pay our rookies and go into next season with a little bit of money, if nothing else. And we'll take a look at the final mock draft here, mock draft 5. And we got to make sure the quarterback, Glenn Fox, is still mocked to go to the Giants. And yeah, QB Kevin Saunders is mocked to go one spot ahead of us to the Seahawks. So I'm thinking I'll probably trade up to that 13th spot with the Rams, just because you never know. Even though the mock draft has them taking Devin Scott, that does not mean anything. They could scoop Kevin Saunders right out from under us. And speaking of the rookies here, we'll show you guys what I got going on. I am very, very happy with the rookies that I'm scouting. Kevin Saunders is a true round 1 talent. Bart Nobles is a true round 1 talent. Those will hopefully be my 1 and 2 picks. But check this out. Nathan Graves projected to go in the 2nd to 3rd round. I've been talking about him since early on in the season. Your boy here is a pretty darn good scout. Top 5 player in the class. We have got to come away with him. And then also Jermaine Broughton, he could be something that we fall back on. He's a round 1 talent too. So if all goes well, we should be able to come away with Kevin Saunders, Bart Nobles, Nathan Graves, and then fullback Ty Dye, just because of the name and because he's a fullback. And then in day 3, Larry Sharper, the corner, I think he's going to be pretty good. But we'll have to see how things unfold. And man, we even got Andy Middleton. I'm telling you, I am a scouting genius here. Andy Middleton projected to go in the 3rd to 4th round. He's a 1 to 2 talent. So that could be, we don't have a 4th round pick is the only thing. We got a 5th round pick, but that is somebody that we could be aggressive. And then worst case scenario, I'm speaking it out of existence, but if Nathan Graves does get taken, the other right guard I was scouting, Jason Gaines, is not a bad second option. He's a round 1 talent, but man, oh man, there is just like, if you could snap your fingers and make everything align perfectly, we would have a killer draft. Now, will it actually go down that way? That's anybody's guess, but we'll go ahead and start the NFL draft here and see what happens. Man, oh man, I can hardly wait. So Titans are on the clock first here. What are they going to go with? They do go with Xavier. I didn't see what it was. I forget what position he was, but it wasn't anybody that we care about. Cornerback, okay. We really just got to make sure that when we see that first quarterback go off the board to the Giants, that's really what we need to be concerned about. And then I say that we probably go trade up with the Rams just to ensure that we get Kevin Saunders. Bears go with a defensive end, Byron Hadley. Okay, so right now things are shaking up pretty similar to how the mock draft had him. Washington Commanders on the clock. They also take a defensive end, and that is Charles McIntosh. And then we got the Broncos on the board here. What are they going to go with? Definitely not quarterback because they got Bo Nix. They also go with the defensive end. So defense heavy draft in this draft so far. And we'll see what the Giants do at 7. The thing is, though, do I trust them to take Glenn Fox, the quarterback? I'm not going to try to trade all the way up to 7. So I'm just going to trust that they do not take Kevin Saunders. And they do take Glenn Fox, who I still think is going to be very good, though. He's more of a strong arm guy. He's more of a sit in the pocket and throw deep bombs downfield. So Glenn Fox is going to be the Daniel Jones replacement in New York. And again, still think that Glenn's going to be very good, but I do not think that he's the Kevin Saunders. So we will, in fact, be moving up one spot ahead of the Rams just because you never know. So the Cardinals, we will get their pick at pick 12, and they will get, of course, our first round pick, our 4th round pick next year, and our 2nd round pick all the way in 2027. And the Summits are on the clock now, and we are about to pick what we hope will be our franchise quarterback of the future, and that would be Kevin Saunders out of Michigan. I know that he is going to be good, no doubt about that. How good, though, that is the question. And he's ranked number 10. Okay, he's the 10th best player in the class, and he is also pretty good on intermediate throws, beautiful deep ball, feels pressure, delivers under fire, and we get a grade of a B. But I don't care. Kevin Saunders, he is going to be, I think, way better than Gardner Minshew for sure. But I believe that he will be a force here in the Akron Summits franchise. Thing we got to watch out for the most, though, is Bart Nobles is only he's the second linebacker, left linebacker on the board. So as soon as Cassius Howard goes, supposed to go in this round, we're probably going to have to be aggressive and try to get Bart Nobles. Definitely got to get a linebacker, but we also got to make sure that Nathan Graves, so he's the third right guard down on the board. Again, that doesn't mean anything. A team could get him in the next pick for all we know, but we got Jake Oliver, and then we got Myles Joyner ahead of him. So those are the two guys that we're really going to have to keep our eyes on. I am happy with the Kevin Saunders pick, and I'm curious if the Rams will in fact pick a quarterback. I'm sure that they will, but who? That's the question. And they did go with Devin Scott, who was originally mocked to go with them. I probably could have waited and traded up with, say, Cleveland, but you just never know. And I'm happy that I did it and wanted to make sure that we got Kevin Saunders, and we did get Kevin Saunders. So there you go. I'm sure that Seattle will pick a quarterback. Probably we'll see who they go with. They went with no. Okay, so we completely foiled their plans, and they go with defensive tackle Harry Carney. Okay, well, this is a little dicey here. Two right guards have gone off of the board, and the next right guard in line here, I believe, is Nathan Graves. So we may have to still be aggressive, and yeah, Nathan Graves is the next guard on the board. He's a top 5 talent, man. I mean, like, how can we pass that up, right? And of course, still can't forget about Bart Nobles, but we still got some time for him probably. But would Philly pick right guard Nathan Graves? I'm gonna hope they don't, because if they do, we're screwed. But assuming that they don't, I'm thinking that we probably just be uber aggressive and trade up into the first round. They did not go with the guard, but we may want to see about getting Tennessee on the phone here. And then maybe Bart Nobles would fall to us at 48. But what would it take to get up to the Titans pick here? We could test and see how much Gardner Minshew is worth. Obviously, we're not going to need him anymore. But I just think that that's the right move. We know he's a top 5 talent. There's no sense in messing around with it and testing the waters. So can we get up with Tennessee and go ahead and get our guy? And you know what? I'm doing it. Goodbye, Gardner Minshew. We will send him over to be the Will Levis replacement, presumably in Tennessee. And we also give them our second round pick from next year. And I just had to bring a low overall guy over to our team because the Titans were going to be over the cap. But I mean, what's the point? What's the sense in messing around here? We're going to go ahead and make our selection. I was going to go with Bart Nobles in the second round, but now that we know our guy Nathan Graves is a top 5 talent, welcome to the Akron Summits. A, run block, B, pass block, A, impact blocking, and B, awareness. He is going to be a savage. He's going to be an awesome player, and we need some protection for our new quarterback, Kevin Saunders. We do not want his introduction into the NFL. And look, the draft room loves it, man. We're going wild. They know CJ Smallz, Coach CJ Smallz, is a god-tier scouter. And there is Nathan Graves about to put on that Akron Summits hat. And he is the number 4 player in the draft. We drafted him at 33. Welcome to the Summits. There goes Cassius Howard. Oh, man. I don't want to be trading all my assets away. Like, I don't want to do that, but I just know the players that I got my eyes on. I know how good that they're going to be. And Bart Nobles, where's he at? I mean, there's still a lot of players ahead of him, but it doesn't mean that, if someone needs a left linebacker, he's the next left linebacker out here. And do we trust that he's going to stick around? He's a round 1 talent. I mean, we need linebacker. That is a huge position of need. I'll tell you what, we'll go 2 more spots here. So we'll skip ahead. Hopefully the Giants don't pick him. We do pick 48. We pick here in, just about 9 picks. But I don't really trust that Bart Nobles is going to stick around that long. And maybe we just get on the phone here with the Jags. I know I'm making a lot of trades, but like I said, when you know you got a guy that you want, and now we can probably maybe even ship off Marcus Epps because we did bring in Xavier Woods. So, I mean, I don't know how much value Marcus Epps has, but I know that I want the Jaguars' second round pick here because I know that I want to get Bart Nobles. So, yeah, I mean, we'll put Marcus Epps here and just see, because I did re-sign him. I wasn't going to at first, but I did. I'm sure it's not going to go through straight up, but we'll see at least how much Marcus Epps is worth. He ain't worth a bag of peanuts, apparently, to the Titans. But all we really have to do is swap our second round pick, give up Marcus Epps, and then give him 2 7th rounds, which, like, whatever. It's a 7th round. You know, we're not going to be drafting the next Brock Purdy, I don't think. And I know I've been super aggressive in this draft, but you know what? It's going to pay off next season, I'm telling you. So we're going to go get Bart Nobles here. He is about to be a dog linebacker. We definitely need linebacker. He's a round 1 talent as well. Bart Nobles out of Florida State. A tackle, A pursuit, B block shedding, and B zone coverage. He's a run stopper, so he fits our scheme. And I think that he's the number 13th player in the class. That is amazing. And we drafted him at 41. So welcome to the Akron Summits, Bart Nobles. Looking forward to seeing you light up that stat sheet. And here in the 3rd round, I mean, I would love to get Jermaine Broughton as the middle linebacker, but I am perfectly fine with Andy Middleton as well. I don't think we have to do any wheeling and dealing. One of these guys should be here at pick 80. So we'll go ahead and just advance to our next user pick and see which middle linebackers are left on the board here. Okay, Joey Pruitt went off the board. We might be able to get Broughton, actually. I was going to be, thinking I was gonna have to settle for the other guy, but I think that we can actually get Broughton. I didn't see his name off of the board there. Let's take a look and see in our favorites. Okay, I guess he did. Get picked. I didn't see him, but I was just kind of scanning as I'm talking here. Let me go to the middle linebackers. Oh, okay. Well, he's gone. And Andy Middleton was going to be the next middle linebacker off the board, but he's a round 1. Like, we're getting value picks here, man. We're in the 3rd round, and I don't know who projected these guys to be at the talent level that they say they are. Those guys need to be fired because we got some diamonds in the rough, gems in this draft. Andy Middleton, 6'3", 231 out of Tennessee. A zone coverage, B tackle, B block shedding, and C pursuit. Gonna be probably backing up Divine Diablo to start, but actually maybe not. I mean, it depends. Like, one of those guys, it's probably gonna be, or maybe one of them goes and plays the other side, the left side with Tommy Eichenberg. Like, I don't know, but our draft room is going nuts because we are getting just some steal picks in this draft. And this Akron Summit squad is about to be so much better. Andy Middleton, the number 39 player in the class, drafted him at 80. Not sure why that's a B- grade, but you know what? I don't care. Welcome to the Summits, Andy Middleton. Well, the corner that I wanted is gone here in the 5th round. Not really, I'm not that bent out of shape about it. Is there anybody that would be a good value pick here? Corner, I wouldn't be upset about that. Is there anybody that I have scouted? That's the question. Doesn't look like it really. I saw a UDFA guy up there, another UDFA guy. I mean, corner, since we didn't get Stephon Gilmore, we could probably use a good corner. The question is there anybody here that we feel is gonna be the guy? We got Donald Rice. He doesn't look great. Oh, man coverage is a D. Zone coverage, yeah. Not really sure about that. Yeah. I mean, He could be a return man, I guess. I mean, he does have great speed. He's got good jumping. Donald Rice, I mean, I'm gonna take a flyer on Donald Rice here. He's a man-to-man corner, but it doesn't really look like it. I'm just kind of hoping that he's maybe hidden dev at least with that great speed. And we'll see what kind of grade we get for this. I don't really know what to expect. C-. I mean, he was the number 135th ranked player, and we drafted him at 145. So, I mean, that's not like, crazy or anything like that. And I think the only thing left to do, we just go ahead and grab that fullback, Mr. Ty Dye. He has the best name in Madden history. Not really, but it's a good one. And we do need a fullback anyways. We had Mercedes Lewis, and he retired. So we go ahead and grab this fullback here in the 5th round. And that should recap what I think to be a very, very solid draft. Hoping for some really good, some hidden devs, some good dev traits, and some really high overalls. And maybe even a tie-dye here. Well, he's not a good pick, but you know what? his name alone, to me, that's an A-plus pick. So welcome to the Summits tie-dye. So Kevin Saunders ends up being a 76 overall. Nathan Graves, a 78. Bart Nobles, a 75. And then Andy Middleton, a 74. That's pretty good. You know, it doesn't look like if the fourth best player in the class was an 80 or a 78 overall rate, or it was a Thaddeus Robinson, the halfback. He was the best player in the class at 82. But I mean, after that, 78, that's the next highest spot with Nathan Graves. So not really like the strongest draft class in the world, but man, I sure am happy with our picks, and I feel like this is going to instantly make the Summits better. Looking at dev traits, though, I'm sure that most of our top guys got hidden dev traits, but we'll at least just take a look here and see. Kevin Saunders, does he have hidden dev? He does have hidden dev. So he is 6'3", 221 out of Michigan. Number 19, he will be our quarterback of the future. And you got to assume that I probably could have looked at this in the draft. Maybe I didn't realize that. I don't know. It's my first time actually drafting in Madden 25, if you can believe that, because I do not draft in the SFL series. Nathan Graves, though, he is also a hidden dev player, so that is awesome to see. Bart Nobles, and Andy Middleton. Bart's only a normal dev, really. That one kind of surprises me. Okay, still a good player, though. I'm sure that he will be a great player for us, but really thought he would have that hidden dev. Andy Middleton has it, though. So far, 3 out of 4 players do got hidden dev. I will most certainly take that. Not sure about these other 2 guys. Donald Rice, he was kind of a flop pick, but I mean, we were just looking for something in the 5th round, so I'm not really too concerned about that. And tie-dye, man, whatever. The haters are talking about you, Ty. I got faith in you. You're probably not going to do anything on the Summits, but I love your name, so there you go. And will Kevin Saunders, the rookie out of Michigan, be our next quarterback of the future? Sure hope so. It's not like we had bad quarterback play with Gardner Minshew, but, he was never going to be the long-term answer, okay? I mean, yeah, he did good. He had some pretty good stats. It's Madden, though, But Kevin Saunders looks like, I'm assuming maybe he's got star. I don't know. Maybe superstar. I don't know. But that was a terrible pass, though. I'm not doing him any favors. That much is for sure. But I'm really happy with our first-round draft pick. And, I also just love getting quarterbacks, in these franchise rebuilds, because it's fun to play with a guy who is not real, and you're trying to make your, cornerstone quarterback on the team. There is our new fullback, tie-dye, running or blocking for our new running back, Elijah Mitchell, and not doing a very good job there, but this drill is very easy, and we will get gold with Elijah Mitchell, no problem. I'll tell you what, a dev trait upgrade for Mitchell to superstar would be pretty awesome. And I've gotten a few dev trait upgrades, Jacoby Myers in this series, and also JJ Ford back in my St. Louis Sentinels series. Not going to get one there, unfortunately, but, that's okay. And get a look at Bart Nobles here. We're definitely going to use him in the chase and tackle drill. Kind of salty that he got a normal development. I still think he's going to be, pretty good, but I thought for sure he would have hidden development. He was, was he the number 10th overall player in the draft? Yeah, still pretty good. And our linebacker play, aside from Divine Diablo, really wasn't anything to write home about. So Bart Nobles, still think that he'll be a pretty good force on the Summits team. We will get gold with Bart Nobles in the chase and tackle drill. Show me an upgrade to star development, please. That will make me the happiest man in the world. And no. Okay, well, still a nice skill point and some XP, so nice job, Bart. And then, of course, Nathan Graves. I am super, super excited about this pick. Not even so much for the pass protecting, because it's not like Minshew got sacked a whole heck of a lot last season, but I'm really hoping from this guard position that he can open up our run game and we can have somebody have more than 600 yards. Kareem Hunt's back, but also with Elijah Mitchell now. I just missed that one. There we go. Nice recovery. I'm getting a little bit better at this pass protecting game, I must say. But yeah, super excited. Nathan Graves to open up our running game. And he is going to be a very, very good player for us, I think. And we'll get one final look at the team here. There is Kevin Saunders, new QB in town, Elijah Mitchell, and bringing back Kareem Hunt from last year. Jacoby Myers is down to a star, which kind of sucks, but still good. And of course, we got Brock Bowers. Also wish he would have been bumped up to X Factor, but, can't really. Beggars can't be choosers. I'll take the superstar. Offensive line looks much better. Nathan Graves, I wouldn't be surprised if he is superstar when it's all said and done. And of course, Ty Dye, our fullback. So wish I would have made a few bigger splashes. I tried my best. Defense still, Tyree Wilson got hurt. Oh my God, wow. All right, well, that's unfortunate. So Tyree Wilson's not going to be here to start. And what happened to our, I forgot to activate Maurice Hurst, I think. Have to do that before next episode. But the linebackers, could be a lot better still. Maybe we try to make a trade this season. I'm not sure. But overall, team's looking okay. Wish they looked a little bit better, but I'm sure they will improve as the season goes on here. So that is going to do it for me tonight, guys. When we come back next episode, we will be taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 1 and looking to get off to a hot start here in Summits Franchise. But that is going to do it for me tonight. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.